Comparison is the thief of joy. That's the quote we frequently used to remind ourselves that life is not a race. And if we do compare, we strap ourselves up for endless unhappiness. Is that so? If we want to talk about comparison, I have to take you way back. I'm not a competitive soul to begin with. I mean, look at me. I was holding a third place trophy, and I'm already grinning from year to year. But even so, comparison exists within me ever since I can start to think. Our upbringing and society constantly shape our mind to compare. That's something weird because no one ever taught us how to compare, but it's just something that happens naturally. And we do it as early as we are capable of thinking consciously. I can only have a Game Boy, while my cousins had all the different game consoles. This classmate of mine is always top in class. How does he buy so many sneakers? She has more views on YouTube. They earn more than me. He's better. They have more likes. She's prettier. That's nice. He's better looking. It's fast. More luxurious. Living in this social media era, it blows things out of proportion. We are constantly scrolling through highlight reels of hundreds and thousands of lives. And we know how social media works. No one is willing to share their normal and uneventful side of their lives. That's the reason why we are bombarded with informations like new car, new jobs, new promotion, and fancy highlights of other people's life. And we start to wonder, why is everyone else's life so exciting except for mine? This constant comparison caused nothing other than making us unhappy with our current self. Not to mention, sometimes we even compare things that are out of our control. Things like our looks, our birthright, our parents. Those comparisons are just redundant and will never be beneficial for anyone to dwell on these unchangeables. No matter how bad we claim comparing is, we often tell or advise others to stop comparing, as if it's as easy as switching an on-off switch. But I think telling someone to stop comparing is as ineffective as telling someone sad to be happy. So instead, what I want to know here is, can we even stop comparing? Because it's like a trap. We constantly fall for it, despite knowing that it's making us depressed. Even if you manage to stop the need to compare, others will still compare you with someone else. Whether it's your mom comparing you with your other siblings, or a comment comparing you with other YouTuber. That's when I realized comparison is unavoidable. It's merely a thought that is hardwired in our brain, a survival skill we have to measure our ability and the abilities of others, and use it as a standard because being better, wiser, stronger is crucial for our survival and reproduction success, both in the past and also in the modern world. Come to think of it, we almost compare every day. Which vaccine is better? Is the food tastier here than the other one? Is this more affordable than that? Is this job giving me more prospect than my previous one? We compare different options and choose one that gives us the best result. We have to agree, it's a pretty logical and intentional thing to do, and comparison doesn't seem as bad as how we portray it. It helps with decision making, keeps our path in check, prevent us from making mistakes, help us to understand what are the areas that we need to improve by being aware what we are lacking of, and even establish new goals that we want to achieve. We compare upwards to find motivations, and role model we can look up to. We learn lessons from them and work our way up. However, if there are pros, there ought to have cons. We might start doubting our self-worth and constantly feel unsatisfied with whatever we have, as if there's no end to this race. Because there's always someone we can compare upwards. We compare downwards to find a sense of accomplishment. We might realize how much we have grown by looking at someone who is new in the game, or even your previous results. It reminds us to be grateful for what we have already owned, and feel glad that we are in today's position, because there's always someone we can compare downwards. But the con is, it makes us more judgmental. We might look at someone's value based on their success. In some sense, comparison is not always bad. It's not the thief of joy all the time. Instead, it's the negative feeling we experience after comparing that is killing our happiness. And that feeling is envy. Envy is one of humans' ugliest flaws. It's the reason why when we compare with others, We feel shitty about ourselves. We see everything as a competition, and everyone around us are the competitors. And it's as if we need to have a ranking system for everything, and there's a need to have a winner and a loser to prove that one is doing well in life. And even worse, maybe to some, in order for them to feel that they are winning, they search for pleasure derived from someone's misfortune. Some might call it hum joy. To ensure that comparison works for us and not against us, we have to alter our mindset of comparing to compete and change it into to cooperate and strive forward together. So, no one said that there can only be one winner. But of course, easy said than done. I have to admit it's extremely difficult, even for me. So, if comparison at this moment is constant negativity for you, it's alright to take some time off the need to compare. If social media is the medium, go for a detox for weeks. If looking at your past success makes you depressed about your current one, be aware that you are looking through your rearview mirror. Direct your focus back to what's in front of you. Limitations and rules are needed when our emotions are just not strong enough to handle them positively. Sadly, escaping is never a long-term solution. Instead of avoiding this human instinct to compare, why not learn how to live with it and make the full use out of this? Just like hunger triggers our brain to find food, when we compare or feel envy, that can be the alarm that warns us that something is not right in our path. Through this alarm, we might identify what's the cause, whether it's because we are not doing the right thing to reach our goal, or we are subconsciously choosing a path of dissatisfaction and unhappiness, or even due to the fact that we are chasing other people's success metrics instead of establishing what matters to us. At the end of the day, whether to compare or not to compare, it's still important for us to identify our own success metrics that fit our own lifestyle, because it's pointless for us to pursue someone else's dream or playing your game on someone else's scoreboard. When we are able to identify our own success metrics, we might realize that a lot of outwards comparison are unnecessary because they are non-directional. If whatever you're comparing is not within your success metrics, then these non-directional comparisons are merely just different ways we choose to live our lives. However, if these comparisons are making you envy, that could be the source of your unhappiness. And this video is a message to myself. So if this video helped you one way or another, I'll really appreciate if you can click the like button. That will help a lot with the channel's algorithm. And if you are new here, I'm not sure when's the next time YouTube will push my video to you guys, so you might want to consider to subscribe to this channel and even on the bell icon for future videos. And that's all I have for you guys. Thanks for watching this, and I'll see you guys again on the next.